Hello and welcome to my presentation for this week, which is a training video for deputy coroners in using the internet database Accurate to locate next of kin during a death investigation. As you should already know by now, the three most important things that a deputy coroner must do in a death investigation: positively identify the decedent, property and valuables, and notify the next of kin of the decedent. Number 3, which is locating and notifying the next of kin. We're going to look at locating next of kin. It could be very easy to locate the next of kin present at the scene, or emergency contact with an emergency contact number on it, maybe somewhere at the scene or in the decedent's pocket. That could be found on a cell phone, purse. Family could be found at the address located on the driver's license of the decedent. But how do you find family if you've tried everything available to you at the scene and yet you were still unsuccessful? The next step is to use the tools provided to you as law enforcement. One of these tools is the secured internet database Accurate. Okay, so what you're going to have to do next is to log on to your mobile field tablet or your desktop back at the office, and you're going to open your web browser. You go to the website for accurate.com. Once you hit this opening screen, you'll click right here on Sign In, and then you'll enter your credentials right here, your username, your assigned username, and then they'll want you to put in some verification characters just to show that you're not a robot. Click Next. You'll enter your password here. Click Sign In, and then you'll see all their terms and conditions for using their service. Once you've read through them and you accept, click right here on I accept. If you click on I decline, you won't have access to the system. That'll bring you here to the main page. It'll always open on this page, your advanced person search. And before you can start anything, you got to come over here to where it says reference. Enter a reference. Your reference is what department or agency is authorizing you to use this. In this case, we're coroner. We're going to conduct a coroner search for legal next of kin, or family to track down legal next of kin. You have all these different fields right here that you can use for a search. You can use the last name, first name, middle name, date of birth, social security number. Lex ID you don't really need starting out. That's a little more advanced that we'll get into. Or say you don't even have a name, you can put in full address, and you can see all the people living at a particular, that have lived at a particular address. For example, I'll enter my own address. Apologize for the autofill. As you can see, we use this quite a bit. And you don't really need the zip code, and just click on search right there at the top. It'll think, and it'll come up with a list of people who have had this address at some point in their history. You can see there's my own information, other people's information, other people that lived at this address prior. I'm going to move a little quick, as these are real time, and I need to trust that nobody's picking up any of the social security numbers as we go through them. So say you do have a name and you want to put in their name, Smith Joe, and that's all you want to run. Click search. Since that's a very common name, you'll see right here, too many records found, resulted in over 1,000 matches. So you have to do something to narrow that search field down. It could be entering a city that you know they may have lived in, a date of birth if you have a date of birth, or even just a state, or if you have a middle name. But let's put one in again, and we'll try, again, I'll use my own name. And we'll put in California, because we know I lived in California at some point. And hit search, and you'll see it came up with 12 different matches. This first one I can tell you for a fact is mine. And see, here's another person though, same first and last name, but different middle initial. So those are things you go and look at when you're trying to identify which person may be related to your decedent or which one may not. To start any of your searches, the first person you're going to want to search is the name of your decedent. Once you have that person, in this case I'm using myself as an example, if I'm the decedent, once I've satisfied that this is the name, this is the address where this person lived, you can see the most current address or time at this address was from 2010 through May of 2020. So they're saying that that's the most current listing that they have for me at this address. And then what you'll do is go over to this side, click on this part that says relatives, neighbors, and associates. That'll bring up a different screen for you. And this will list all the people that may possibly be related to your decedent, in this case, myself. As I look through this list, I do see my wife, my children, my mom, uncle, brother, cousins. So in this case, it's accurate, but that's not always going to be the case. So, but what you want to do is start at the most logical, which would be somebody that is close to myself in age. You see your age there, that could be a spouse or a sibling. So you generally want to try there and start at that location. You can see this person also has the same address, so those people have the same address. So chances are good that these people all match the same address as my address. You may have located next of kin. And if it's in your own jurisdiction, what you want to do is go there yourself and approach the door and confirm if indeed the people that live there are related. Otherwise, you can send for local law enforcement to respond to that house, or we have one last option available to us. You can go right here where it says Lex ID, and if you click on Lex ID, it opens up a different menu over here, and you can go to this tab that says Real-Time Phones. Click on the Real-Time Phones and wait for it to process. And basically, Real-Time Phones is going to come up with what it believes is the most accurate current phone number for that particular person. In this case, this is correct. That is my current phone number. So if you can't respond directly to the location or have somebody else respond to the location, you can try and obtain a phone number and contact that phone number directly. And again, I appreciate everybody that's watching this. Aside from the training portion, my classmates and instructor, professor, I ask that you please not take note of any of the Social Security numbers or anything else like that that may or may not be on here, as well as any other information. Do not share this information. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to black that stuff out before I pass it on. But thank you for watching.